my nomination for Support Worker of the Year is Andrea Merrick. Andrea Merrick has been a stalwart of what we have here in York. She has been hardworking, dedicated, and has always gone the extra mile for the customers she supports. In particular, one customer that she's worked really hard with over the last 14 months or so has been a customer that has been supported to go on holiday for the first time for a long time. And this, with Andrea's hard work and dedication, went with no issues and no flaws at all. She's a credit to all of us here in York, and I feel that she deserves an award for this hard work she's put in.
I'd like to nominate Andrea Merrick for Support Worker of the Year. Andrea goes above and beyond. She looks after the customers. Any customer having Andrea as a support worker is very, very lucky. She takes them out to interesting places. She takes them on holiday. She's just fun to be with, and they're always happy when they're with her. And she recently was an absolute godsend, because helping a customer that has got diabetes and will need to go on dialysis in the future, she's helped her understand the procedure. She's gone with her to appointments and supported her throughout this time. She's kept everybody updated, managers and support workers, and she's gone above and beyond on this yet again. There's also another customer that Andrew used to bring to the office, and he used to just knock on the door and just pass his communication sheets over and didn't say a word. And now he comes in, he has a cup of tea with us, he has a biscuit, and he chats to everybody. So he's come on leaps and bounds with Andrea's support. So I think Andrea deserves the accolade, because she's a very, very good support worker.
Helen is a long-standing member of the support work team here in Doncaster, so she has seen lots of changes in the service as her time as support worker. Helen is amazing. We have to force her not to take additional shifts. She hates letting people down to the point where she would have no time off. Where we're actually managing rotas, we have to make sure that Helen takes her annual leave, has time off, and doesn't call to pick up extra calls, so she gets enough rest. Every customer who meets Helen, really takes to her calm and positive, yet really friendly approach. She's so person-centred. She tailors the support she delivers to every customer in such diverse ways. We have a range of customers with so many different needs, ranging from people who need hoisting and personal care completing, to customers who need support around substance misuse and preventing self-neglect. And every single one of those customers and everyone in between rave about the support Helen provides. She's always happy, she's always upbeat. She's got unique skills in being able to encourage customers who don't want to do tasks, like the boring things like tidying up, cleaning the bathroom, these sort of things, and she'll make it fun. She'll make it a game. She'll have customers singing while they're cleaning the toilets, and she'll be dancing around with a feather duster, making all activities really thoroughly enjoyable. As I've said, she's always the first to pick up shifts, and even covered a shift in Scarborough at short notice to ensure a customer she'd never even met before could still go on his planned holiday to London, and the customer had the most fantastic time. Despite never meeting Helen before, we were confident that her bubbly and charismatic personality would ensure that there were no issues whatsoever. If you ever needed care or support yourself or for a loved one, Helen is the kind of support worker you would definitely want to have in your life supporting you. She is a legend.
So for this award, I'm nominating two support workers. They're Donna Hazelwood and Catherine Jordan. So the reason why I've nominated these two support workers is their a kind of an incident that they responded to very, very quickly. So the incident happened, it was during the day. these two support workers were on shift when they noticed that noticed very, very quickly that the customer was choking. They recognised that straight away it was a serious choking incident in terms of the customer couldn't breathe. You know, they followed the training in terms of, you know, right, we need to see, is this customer coughing? You know, are they coughing? No, they're not coughing. This is, you know, serious now. So working together as a team, you know, the communication with each other, you know, one obviously straight on the phone to 999 to follow instructions, while the other support worker then started with following, you know, first aid, you know, when you come across somebody that's choking. So that, you know, following, you know, then, you know, the back slaps, and then following the advice, you know, from the other support worker that was relaying what, you know, the 999 operator was saying. So the communication between them both, customer basically stopped breathing. You know, she collapsed. She was unconscious. That next step that support worker had to do was obviously to perform CPR. But just as that was about to happen, you know, that the paramedics arrived. While the paramedics were still arriving, the advice was to continue with, you know, the back slaps. As she was doing that, there was a dislodge in the food item that was stuck in the customer's throat. And then from there, obviously, like, the paramedics took over. But I think it could have ended very, very differently. The bravery around the incident, the implementation of their quick thinking and the training that they've learned, you know, with Avalon, and yeah, just sheer and the courage and the fact that after the incident they were very, very humble in their terms. Well, we were only doing our job. But it wasn't that they were just doing the job that actually saved a customer's life.